It's the Wednesday before my very first wedding of the season, and already the weather has played me dirty. So my original plan was there was gonna be some late blooming white tulips in this wedding, some anemones. I had beautiful luck with those last year, and some white ranunculus. Well, we've been having a heat wave, and so it has blown open all of those things. I've maybe had 3 ranunculus plants that have bloomed. I have no hope for anything in the field. I have 1 short anemone, and those tulips, they are long gone. Thankfully though, there are some pluses to this weather. So we have a late blooming lilac here that is kind of the colors the bride is hoping for. So we're gonna check in a moment if those are actually gonna be ready or not. And because it's been so hot so consistently, the peonies are bursting open. So I don't have any peonies that I can use here. I have about 30 bushes, but all of them are in their 2nd year, so no good. But my mom has some established peonies, and my aunt and uncle have also some peony bushes that they're willing to let me cut from. So we are gonna make a little road trip to Humboldt in a bit and get those peonies. Hello, Mama Cat. Right, here we go. So, all right, well, that's pretty promising. And we've got new ones there. I see more higher up. I don't know if you can see them with the camera. So you can see a few more up there. Sorry about that. Looks like I'll be using the ladder to get everything. So we made it to our destination, my mom's house, and it's not exactly what I was hoping for. I just really thought this heat would like blow things open a little more, and when I've been sort of listening to like what other flower farmers have in bloom, and it's just I don't know, it's like if I physically lived here and was cutting, I feel like some of the things I want would be like just perfect by Saturday, but it's Wednesday and I'm having to cut at like not an ideal time, but as usual, we will see what kind of magic I can make. So let's take a little tour and I'll show you what we're working with. So right behind me here is this spirea, and I cut from this thing all the time. These blooms are quite nice, so I'm definitely gonna try to get a few stems of this. Gotta love my little artist here. This is very nice, Olaire. So normally I am not a fan of hostas, but I think for what the bride wants, like this will look really nice. This is the lady's mantle, which I usually cut from aggressively, but like, it's so close, yet so far. I wish.
Nice this year.
So even though I don't really like daisies, I think I'll still cut these because I'm definitely going to need them. And I don't know if mine are going to open. I think they will, but we don't know. I so wish these delphiniums were ready, but they're just not quite. And then over here with the peonies, like ideally this would be just a hair more open, but I'm gonna take it. I know from last year in our experiments, like this will still open. So I always really love this part of my mom's yard. I kind of wish we could take from this plant over here, but those flowers are actually kind of, yeah, they're totally spent. Like this is done. Like really, I mean, some new stuff is coming, but mostly this is done. I'm gonna cut heavily from this because I think this will be really nice greenery. And then we have more peonies over here. Now I need this color. And again, like, I would just like it to be a little more open. I don't know, maybe if I wait till morning, I don't know. I also got permission to cut from a second property here, and we are so in luck. Take a look at this. Ta-da! Look at those peony bushes. Nobody lives here, so I can basically cut everything. Again, it would be nice if it was like a little bit more open, but I know from last year this will work. Also, there's a tree way off in the distance that I think would make some beautiful foliage, so we're gonna cut some of that too. Here's that bush I was talking about. See these gorgeous variegated leaves? Oh, I didn't realize they would have flowers too. This will be perfect. Okay, so this place, absolute score. Like, look at all these peonies. All right, I'm gonna have to pick the stuff at my mom's house tomorrow morning because the kids are tired. It's probably time to put everybody to bed, but that's okay. This is definitely worth the drive out here. Morning, YouTube. Kids slept like hot garbage last night, so I am tired, but we have lots to do and we need to get these flowers. It's a busy day at the acreage, just doing other general things, trying to get the very, very last of that gardening in. So unfortunately, I can't stay here for very long. So I have a feeling some of you are gonna wonder, like, why are you picking all of these peonies in the wrong stage? And honestly, it's not ideal, but I know from last year that even though they're in more of a marble stage, they're still gonna open. If you put them in storage, they're gonna take a little bit longer to open when you take them out of storage, and they might not open quite as nice and full and bushy as like you would really like that peony to be, but it's still gonna work. Just so you can see, here is what they look like this morning. So I think everything's gonna be fine. Fingers crossed. All right, so we've got everything we needed from here and we're on our way back. See you later, Humboldt.
Hello, my favorite viewers. We are driving back, sadly. She had to go to school.
All right, so we made it home and here is everything we picked out in Humboldt. Now, normally you would put your peonies in a cooler, but I need them to be open for Saturday, and honestly, I need them to be open for tomorrow. So when I'm making the bouquets, it's kind of accurate as to how like it'll look for Saturday. So now, because it's nearly plus 30 today, I'm going to leave these out in the heat, and then every couple of hours I'm gonna run out here and kind of check what peonies are open, and then those peonies I'll put in the fridge, so I just have a little more control. So over here, there's a couple that are almost ready for me, like this one's pretty close. I feel like by the end of the day, like these should be open. Over here, this one is also really close too. Don't mind the whining toddler in the background. Morning, YouTube. So today is Friday before the wedding. Obviously everything has to get done, and this is also sort of the last chance for flowers. So hopefully I have at least 18 peonies that have blown open. The rest of them are gonna be for subscribers, and at least like as those get to the right stage, I can put them in the fridge. And I'm really hoping I have a few snapdragons, maybe some of my yarrows popped open, and we have just enough of the lilacs. So it's a busy day, but let's go check things out. It's the chicken swarm. They all know that when I come out, it usually means food. So I better go feed them first, and then we'll do this tour. Seriously, if I don't give them treats, they're gonna be following me this entire video until I do. Girls, chickens, chickens. It's okay, it's okay. All right, where were we? So this is the main flower farm, and it's still a little bit messy, but we are nearing the end and almost everything is planted and taken care of. So of course this yarrow is like maddeningly close. but not quite. There, that one's like okay, and that one's okay, but everything else is just like not quite there. Now I'm kind of kicking myself because like I was thinking, okay, maybe I should just buy a little bit of baby's breath, but I thought, no, my yarrow, it'll pop. It'll for sure pop. It's so hot out. No, probably should have brought the baby's breath. So there's a few snapdragons in here. Like, these are not the world's most exciting snapdragons, but I mean, can maybe do something with these. Oh, like, get out pests. Oh, these candy stripe ones. These are kind of cool, but these are not the bride's vision, so we can't use these. On a side note, this about kills me. This stalk would have been perfect if it was in bloom. Good thing I grabbed a few daisies out in Humboldt because not quite ready. This Morden blush rose being almost ready also kind of kills, but at least I'm not doing boutonnieres, so I'd be much sadder if that was the case. Yet another flower that would have been extremely helpful. Pink saponaria. Sad. So in conclusion, not much is particularly usable, but I'll take what I can get. Let's go look at the lilacs. Well, looks like everything will be harvested with the ladder, but at least there's something. So this lilac harvest is absolutely brutal. I don't know if I'm gonna get much more than this. This is definitely not the amount of stems I was hoping for. I'm gonna take one more really good look, but I don't know if I cut from it too much, if it's just been dry too many years in a row. This is not a happy bush. Also, sorry for the wind, not much I can do about it. And I think I'm just gonna have to like really chop this lilac bush down. It's just so tired. Not a lot is blooming, but we're gonna work with what we got. All right, let's check out the peonies. Oh, are you even kidding me? Like, look at all these thrips. So let's see what we've got for usual peonies. I'd say 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. Those should open up today. 7, 8, maybe 9, 10, 11. And then over here, we have 12, probably 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh wait, 18. That was our minimum number. Okay, we're good, we're good. I'd still like them more open, but beggars can't be choosers around here. All right, so the wedding is over, time has passed, and let's discuss this wedding. So, as per usual, what I planned to do and what actually happened are two entirely separate things. So the original plan, of course, was like tulips, anemones, ranunculus. That was all out the window. New plan, peonies, great. But everything that I had in my yard that I thought was gonna bloom and help support this, like, didn't really work out. You know, I had my 2 stems of yarrow, the snapdragons that I thought were gonna come were like just not quite there. There wasn't as many lilacs. And like, I just couldn't talk about it and record it the day that I was actually doing the bouquets, but like, I was just so sad because I feel like a broken record. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna have flowers. It's gonna work out. One of these days, it's gonna be great. And like, sure, it always ends up fine, but it's never what I planned. And like, I just kind of walked around the yard being just like so massively disappointed. And I'm like, I'm not even angry about it anymore because it just always happens. This is just like, this is my life, I guess, as a zone 3 flower farmer. And the most maddening thing is that basically like a day or two later, everything that I was counting on and thinking like, oh, this is definitely going to open, it opened. There was this beautiful little thing of wildflowers with like these delicate white blooms that I've used before. I literally saw that they had opened the evening of the wedding. So not impressed. What else was there? You know, the snapdragons, I'm filming this kind of wrap up on Monday. They're fine. They're great. I would have had tons of snaps. I would have been so happy with all of those snaps. What else? More of the yarrow is in bloom. It's just so frustrating. So I guess I'm just going to be like eternally an optimist and hope that one of these days it's going to pan out. But these June weddings, like, again, not for the faint of heart, especially when you're in zone 3. Thanks as always for supporting me on this adventure. If you like more content like this, you can always head over to shiftingroots.com where I have lots of free flower farming and cut flower articles. As well, I have a Patreon at $5, $9, and $25 a month. And if you're on the $9 level or higher, you get extra monthly Zoom Q&A calls with me. And I'm also making a video about how to process and harvest peonies, which my Patreon subscribers will also get at every level. So thanks again for joining me. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.